Hello and what is going on, lovely people of the internet? It is Hootmoney here with another video for you guys today. Today we're going to be talking about some long-term stocks to buy right now. Now, the entire stock market is kind of hurting. S&P 500 is still sitting pretty high, but individual stocks are definitely coming down. Now, the S&P 500 stays pretty high because individual stocks such as Apple, such as just the big dogs up there, Microsoft, Google, they take up such a large portion of the S&P 500. So even if individual stocks are coming down, a lot of the time the S&P 500 does end up staying pretty high up there. So that could explain why your portfolios might be hurting right now. But you see the S&P 500 and it's barely down. So that would technically explain what is going on. Now, this means that a bunch of these individual stocks are now sitting at some decently solid deals. We're obviously undergoing the highest inflationary period of all time. So prices are going up, which means revenues and profits for these companies will be going up as well. So it is important that we do snipe some of these longer term deals. Now, with that being said, there was this line that stuck with me the other week. I heard it. Invest like you're Forrest Gump. And I absolutely love that because sometimes we can get carried away with these complex strategies, whether it's options trading, whether it's day trading, whether it's just trying to time the market, buying SPY puts, buying SPY calls when you think it's going to go up, playing what the Federal Reserve has to say, playing some interest rates. There's tons of different strategies in the stock market, and sometimes the simplest strategy works the best. So this time, I'm not going to be looking at fundamentals. I'm not going to be looking at analysts. I'm not going to be looking at discounted cash flow analysis to determine what's going to be a nice long-term stock. I'm simply going to look for companies that I personally use, that I personally like, and they're sitting at a nice discount. I think that's a pretty simple way to do this. So if you guys don't mind dropping that like on the video, it's very highly appreciated. Also, don't forget Moomoo is doing they're doing their Christmas special, but they also have this wonderful promotion. It is the best promotion. All you have to do is make an account and deposit $1 to get up to $7,000 in free stock right here. So it's definitely worth checking out. It's in the description or pinned comment section down below. Also, Moomoo is having their own Christmas promotion in addition to this promotion. So you guys can see they're giving away Oculus Quest 2s, iPhone 13 Pros, and shares of GoPro. And this is how you guys can get the gift right there. Anyways, big event for this week that we have not talked about. Well, I talked about on my live stream is the FOMC meeting. This is going to be tomorrow and on Wednesday, and that's essentially what the markets are waiting on right now. So mark your calendar, Tuesday and Wednesday, the FOMC meeting. Anyways, let's get into the first stock. So the first stock that we have on this list is PayPal. PayPal is sitting down very significantly from its all-time high of about $308 per share as of about September of 2021. Now it's down over $100 to $187. Now, if we scroll out here, this is the lowest momentum. Like if we're looking at this blue wave, this is Market Cipher, by the way, that I'm using this analysis. It's had green money flow since 2016. There has been money flowing into PayPal, which is a fantastic sign if you're a long-term investor, right? And now we're seeing it at the largest discount, which could be a very good entry. And it just gave a green means go signal here on Market Cipher as well, which is, again, a very good signal. So I use PayPal, right? Let's go back to the invest like Forrest Gump mentality. I use PayPal. I like PayPal as a company. I think PayPal is a good company, and it's sitting at a nice discount. Let's make it simple. Discount, good company. I think PayPal is good to go. Now, this is going to be in order of highest conviction to lower conviction, but still pretty high conviction. So PayPal is my highest conviction long-term asset. I mean, come on. Do you really think PayPal is never going to go to an all-time high again? And maybe you're like, oh, a 100% gain? That's nothing. I don't want that. I want more. degenerate gains? Well, you can buy some 2024 call options if you want some more degenerate style gains. But if you don't want to do that, you just want to buy this thing and hold it forever, put it in your Roth IRA, PayPal's your best friend right here. The next one that we got on this list is the Walt Disney Company. Disney is now currently sitting at a level that it was at in December of 2019. An extreme discount for Disney. I like Disney. I watch Disney movies from time to time, even though I'm a grown man. I like my Disney movies. Now we're seeing Disney at a very solid dip. Now Market Cipher has not given a green dot signal since the pandemic low right here in March of 2020. Now it's getting another green means go signal as of this week on Disney. So I think Disney is a great one to be scooping up, be super greedy right now during these times of fear. It's at $151. It's all a high of $200 right here. It is definitely one of my favorite picks to be investing in right now. And if you don't want to be throwing all your money into it right now, you can average into it, right? It's no big deal. Anyways, next stock that we have on this list is Visa. So I use Visa. I've got a Visa credit card. Actually, I think it's a debit card. But either way, I think Visa is another company that will continue to be successful as long as it's not replaced by Bitcoin, which I don't think it will be. That was just a joke. But anyways, it's sitting at a nice dip. It's all a high of 252. It's now at 211. It got its green means go buy signal here on the Market Cipher. It hasn't even got one before. Yeah, this is its first green means go on the weekly chart for Visa. So Visa is definitely a solid pick. Be greedy while others are fearful. Next company, Zynga. Zynga is another company that is definitely oversold. No green means go buy signal as of yet. I drew in this line right here because potentially it could come down a bit lower, but it does have multiple price targets of $14 a share. But that's besides the point. Zynga is a company. They create video games. You might not know the video games, but you've probably played them. They create other games. So they're just technology services, internet and software services. The price target is $14 per share right now. I think Zynga is a great company to be buying right now. Green money flow there on a very juicy dip. Consider averaging into this one. But again, nothing here is financial advice. Really get greedy if this gets down to like $5 per share, though. That would be phenomenal. Next one that we have on the list, and this is the fifth stock right now, so the rest of the ones that I'm going to be talking about are just going to be bonus stocks, but the fifth one on the list is Square, or actually Block. They changed their name to Block because of the blockchain. They're getting into the blockchain. Jack Dorsey quit Twitter as CEO. Now he's only CEO of Block Incorporated. Again, guys, green money flow. You're catching this thing on a dip. It could potentially fall a little bit more, so I would not just jump all in with your money right now, but you're seeing this thing at a very low price point. It reached a high of about 290. Now it's down to 176. It could potentially go lower. I just got a Bitcoin long signal right there, because right here before, like 2019, February of 2020, it was at about 85, so it's still up a decent amount. So it's a bit more speculative as some of the others, but still, you're getting it on a very juicy dip. Next one we have here is Roku. Roku had an amazing 2020, but not every year performs the same. It's down over 50%. In the past year, it looks like. I mean, from its February highs, it's definitely down over 50%. So you're catching this thing on a very juicy dip. It just got the weekly buy alert right here. Last buy alert was right here in March of 2020 for Roku. So again, guys, it's looking like a good dip. I have a few Roku TVs myself. That's why I think Roku will definitely perform well in the long term. In terms of the internet TV industry, Roku is definitely a dominant figure. So I would not sleep on it. It's at a nice dip right here. The next stock that we have on this list is Peloton Interactive. This was a stay-at-home stock right here. You can see March of 2020 went from $20 a share up to $160 per share. Now, it should have been pretty obvious once work from home stopped being a thing. Since the economy started reopening, this stock would in fact go down. It was written on the walls. some people didn't decided not to listen, but now you're seeing Peloton at levels where it was in May of 2020. It could potentially go a little bit lower, but it did get that green means go. You got to average into it if you want it. I mean, you're not going to be able to time the exact bottom. You're not going to be able to sell at the exact top. But as long as you average into good companies over the long term, you can get a decent return. The next company that we have here is Palantir. So Palantir is actually still up pretty decently from its IPO at around $10 per share. It's at $18.64 right now. The momentum is on the downside, however, and it is sitting at somewhat of a support level right here. It saw a high of about $44 per share. They're growing revenues like crazy. Palantir could definitely be one that plays out very, very nicely in the long term. Next stock that we have here is Lemonade. Lemonade, the momentum is on the downside, so there is a chance to be greedy while others are fearful. You guys can see right here in October 2020 to about February of 2021, Lemonade jumped up like crazy from $40 a share up to $160 at some points, reaching highs of about $186. Absolutely insane sell-off. Way over 50% on this stock. You're getting it way lower than the IPO price now, way lower than its all-time low right here. Definitely one to potentially consider starting averaging into. Anyways, guys, that's about it for the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. The key message here is to just not overthink things, right? To be calm, be greedy while others are fearful in these times of uncertainty. You have to be looking for deals during these times because they don't always pop up, especially when things are going very, very well. You can't get entries this deep all the time. And I know no one wants to buy stocks right now, right? Because there's lots of fear in the markets, right? But at the end of the day, the best strategy is to just average into stocks over the long term. And again, guys, we're going back to that Forrest Gump mentality. You don't always have to overthink things when investing. You don't have to find the next 200% day trade because you might end up minus 50% in a week. I mean, it doesn't always happen, but it definitely does happen. And finding those short-term swing trades or day trades or any of that can sometimes hurt you a lot more than it can help you. I mean, 95% of day traders do in fact lose money, right? So take it slow. Invest like Forrest Gump. Find companies that you use that you know will be successful over the long term. And if there is a juicy dip on them, then potentially it's time to start going back into them. You don't have to overthink things. You don't have to go back to their last quarterly report. If they are a good company, they will probably go up over time. So you're allowed to start averaging into those, especially if they're at a deal right now. So that's what I've been looking at. That's what I am doing. I'm going to be harvesting some tax losses later this week, as well as adding a bunch of the stocks that I talked about in this video. So if you guys don't mind dropping a like on the video before you guys leave, always very highly appreciated. I also have all my trade alerts down there in the description, as well as a link to sign up for Moomoo. Again, free money there with Moomoo, so you might as well check it out. Links below description or pinned comment section. Anyways, guys, that's about it. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I'll be seeing you guys next time. Have a wonderful day. Peace.